focus on today. We've moved on to the next opponent, but you focus on today, control today, and that'll take care of itself.
How do you see such a big impact from Trey Nixon for his first time on the field?
He's played that way since he got here. He's a dynamic skill set, does a good job of tracking the football, competitive, played without the ball in his hands as well, so we expected good things from him, and he certainly played that well. A lot of our skill players played really well.
Josh, how do you prepare? You got an opponent that you're going to be heavily favored against. You've done this as an assistant coach, obviously, but how do you kind of keep your team ready to go for that and not kind of overlook someone like?
Don't pay attention to outside noise, positive or negative. You're only as good as your next performance in sports. Focus on that. Focus on what controls how you're going to perform, which is today, how you handle today, how you prepare. At the end of the day, I mentioned it earlier, we're in a race against ourselves to become the best that we possibly can as fast as we can. Focus on what you need to improve, accept coaching, and push to get better.
Coach, are you a believer in the idea that when you have a team that you're beating handily, you have to keep the pedal down and really win by as much as you can in order to impress the voters? And then also, if you are, how do you balance pulling like Enzi or some of your other starters and trying to win by as much as possible?
At the end of the day, outside observations of our program are going to be that, outside observations. I can't control it. We're going to go out and perform and execute the best that we possibly can. Every Saturday, if you play the same opponent 10 times, the game's going to unfold 10 different ways. That's just college football. Small details make a difference in the ball game. One play makes a difference in how the next series is played. So you can't focus on that. You just go play ball. Week one for us, it was important that, one, we finished the game the right way. Two, that our kids got comfortable enough in our systems and communication that we continued to grow in the second half of that ball game. And at the end of it, I felt like it was the right time to get some young guys in the game.
Ultimately, would you like to, though, if you got a chance to get a lead, to maybe get some younger guys in there, maybe take advantage of that new freshman rule to get some guys out there?
I think you always want to play as many guys as possible. They've put 8 months of work into it, and some of them haven't touched the field yet on game day. If the opportunity affords itself, you want guys to get work because of the time and energy that they put into it, plus the growth that they can have from that experience.
How encouraged were you by just Daryl Mack going out there and playing as well as he did, and just having him as the backup in case something happens in the game?
It's important for him to continue to grow. Time on task, experiences out there are only going to continue to make him better. He certainly has grown a lot through practice. The series that he got was important for him. Thought he handled the pass game pretty well, and then obviously made a big play with his feet. So I want him to continue to grow.
For a first game, how did that game day communication go? I mean, so John Cooper was going to be your eyes and stage.
Yeah, John and obviously Jeff Levy as well. I thought the communication on the offensive side of the ball was really well. Defensively, they didn't have any mishaps. There was one substitution where they were short-handed and then got a guy out and a little bit of confusion. But I thought, in all three phases, handled it pretty well. I thought myself as a head coach, I didn't feel like I was outside looking in at any point and didn't feel like I was in position to do what I needed to do.
Do you grade your performance?
My performance? Yeah. I did not grade my performance. We're 1-0. At the end of the day, that's my job, is to find wins.
When you look at the tape, the tackling and the missed tackles, do you look at that as more of a technique issue, or is it more just on their quarterback being really elusive?
Well, he is elusive. He's a really good player, and we'll probably face another guy like that this week. I think, it's week one, and you have some tackling during the course of training camp, but it's still week one out under the lights. Two, I think fundamentally our guys, put themselves in a bad position a few times. So those are things we're going to continue to work on, continue to correct, and something that we got to do at a high level for us to go be the team that we want to be.
So what do you know about South Carolina State?
Just watching them on tape, I think their front on the defense side of the ball is thick and strong, and tries to play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Offensively, they got some experience at wideout. The guys that have made some plays, and they played a few different quarterbacks last week. One in particular that's pretty elusive.
To go on the road for week one against UConn, now to come home, how important is that?
Conference game. We talked about it beforehand. Conference game on the road, new staff. Handling all of that was important. At the end of the day, it puts us at 1-0 inside the conference. So,
how important is coming home to have a strong showing in the crowd?
I think everyone's excited to come home and play in front of a packed stadium, and excited about the opportunity that we have. This is our second opportunity to go out and play and compete as a team. I know the players and staff are excited to be here.
Coach, how important is it to make sure that your first teamers get enough game reps? I know it's a hypothetical question, but in case this Saturday gets a little lopsided or whatever, do you have to be cognizant of that as the schedule starts to toughen afterwards?
I think you want enough reps and enough time on task that your kids feel really comfortable in communication, fundamentals, technique, eye discipline, to go out and continue to grow as a football team and put yourself in position to continue to grow and be successful as the season unfolds.
Did you look at any of the other results from the other American teams this weekend, and if you did, were you surprised by anything?
I did not really pay a lot of attention to the scores from within our league.
Outside of Aaron, how else is the general health of the team?
Yeah, we came out really pretty healthy from the ball game. So Aaron, play one. If you watch the tape, he was absolutely flying with his hair on fire. Did a tremendous job. Unfortunate with the injury. Excited to get him back here eventually, but for the most part, coming out of the ball game, we're pretty healthy.
Are there specifics on Aaron's injury, or is it just what we saw?
No, I mean it's just what you saw, concussion. So.
When you play a game on Thursday, not playing on a weekend, I know you're busy, but do you watch other games on Saturday afternoon? Do you
watch some ball games? Got a chance to spend some time with my two kids as well, and then obviously Sunday morning you're back in early and getting prepared for the next opponent. So, starting on a Thursday night, love it because you're on national TV. Great brand recognition for our program. Exciting for our players to play on it. And at the same time, it's kind of like a mini bye for your players as well. Coming out of training camp, going into game week, they get a chance to kind of rest up for a 3-day break and get their bodies back underneath them before you go into a long stretch here.
Coach, not so much this past weekend, but do you anticipate the new kickoff rule as a change of strategy for both team planning and both kick and return?
Yeah, I think it really depends on the game situation. It depends on your personnel and the matchups and what you feel like maybe gives you advantage. If you have an advantage on the kickoff return side of it against their kickoff coverage, it also depends about their kicker, how deep it is, how high it is. There's a lot of different factors that take place within the game in that side of the strategy. But certainly you saw it during the course of the weekend and the ability to raise your hand and fair catch it and get the ball out in good shape. So you saw us do it at the end of the ball game.
You and McKenzie both talked about having him work more inside the pocket this year, and just how pleased were you with how he worked inside the pocket?
Yeah, I thought he really did a good job. Maybe the 2 throws that he missed from inside of the pocket, it was body position. His eyes were in the right place though, so he's continuing to grow and certainly don't want to take away any of his playmaking ability. You saw that, and that's a lethal weapon during the course of a 60-minute ball game. But plays that are there from within the pocket, we want him to continue to grow and make those plays.
When he runs out of the pocket and turns into a runner, would you like to see him slide better, slide more safely?
We prefer he takes no hits during the course of a ball game, but I'm not sure that's realistic either. He's a player, and he's got to make decisions within the course of a play. So we trust him, but we talk about getting down and protecting his body, long-term health.
Couple more here.
Was that first night of sleep when you guys got back? Was that a sound night's sleep for you?
When we got back that night, it was a fast night's sleep. There wasn't a lot of sleep. I slept good, but I slept really good the night before the ball game and on Thursday night too. I didn't have any problems. We got a good staff, we got good players that are about doing the right things. Can't predict the future, but they compete the right way. So going into kickoff, we're pretty excited and pretty relaxed.
Kind of relieved just to get that first one out of the way. All those questions about it's your first game, your first time.
Yeah, I don't think relieved is the right word. Excited to get out there, play, compete. Excited that we played in some areas the way that we're capable of. And then you look at the tape; it's never as good, never as bad as it seems. And there's a ton of things that we need to correct going into week 2.